Hello and welcome to RoadToDopey episode number 10. We are live on YouTube. Welcome to all and sundry who are watching. It's Wednesday evening, which means that for the next hour we will be here chatting, running to you guys. So my name's Jason.
And I'm Stewart, and you're watching the RoadToDopey podcast, which is all about the Dopey Challenge, the 5K, the 10K, the half, and the full. Correct?
Very much, yeah, absolutely. And we'll talk about running in general, and also probably have a few discussions about tech. So we're not called the Running Geeks for no reason. We really are pretty nerdy guys. So yeah, if you're running Dopey, this is probably the ideal place for you. And if you're not running Dopey, if you're just interested or you're Dopey curious, or hey, I don't know, maybe you're just into running, then this is still probably the place for you. There's going to be stuff that you can take out of this. We have a pretty familiar format for those who've watched before. But if you're new, follow along, and I'm sure you'll get to grips with what's going on fairly quickly.
And if you want to drop us any questions while we're live on air at the moment, you can send me a tweet at RunStewart. So, phone is out.
And there's also a chat window on YouTube. So if you're watching live on YouTube, stick it in the chat window and we'll get to that as quick as we can.
Yes. I should say it's RunStewart with a W. Right. As ever, let's start with what t-shirt are you wearing tonight, Jason?
So in usual style, I have failed miserably. So I'm actually, but there's a reason I'm wearing this t-shirt. So I'm wearing this t-shirt today, which is the Owl Man from a film called The Lord of Tears. The reason I'm wearing this is the guys who are making the Lord of Tears film, they're making a new film called The Unkindness of Ravens. They're on Kickstarter right now, asking you for your money to make their new film. It looks great. You should go and give them some cash so the film happens. I'll put a link down below in the comments at the end of the show. But yeah, I just wanted to give these guys a little plug to help boost their Kickstarter.
I'm sure there might be some crossover between our Disney fans and your City of the Living Dead fans. Yeah,
maybe. But you know what? It's a small movie company in Scotland called Hex Media, and you can just donate a £1 or $1 or whatever, just to help these guys out. And I honestly, genuinely, I do like Kickstarter and do like supporting new businesses, but particularly I think some people deserve the help, and these guys definitely do. So if you've got $1 or £1, go and give it to them.
Throw it their way. So that's Jason's t-shirt, which leads me to show you mine, which is, I don't think I've worn this one before on the show. I'm desperately running out now of t-shirts. I think
you haven't worn that one, but I have.
Right. Okay. So this is the last. I've got 2 more weeks, and then I'm definitely run out. I need to make a list of everything that I've worn. But this is Avengers inaugural. We both did it 2014, and it was pretty cool. Yes.
It was very, very cool. Yeah, it was. It was my introduction to Disney races, to run Disney. I had an absolute ball of a time. So yeah, well impressed.
It's a tiny introduction to what you're about to see.
About what I'm about to witness.
Well, yes, what you're about to witness. Very, very small. It's like the equivalent of a 5K there.
Nice.
Not in distance, obviously, but in spectacle.
I like it. So, moving on from t-shirts.
Countdown time.
Boom.
No,
Not
it's
quite as
getting
impressive
close.
as Rachel Riley, unfortunately, but hey.
You're going to pull up the Run Disney website to show everybody how many days it is.
Well, how few days they've got actually, unfortunately. So let's.
Guys, you need to be in the final stages of your plan.
It's not great, guys.
Tapering starts soon, though.
34 days.
34 days.
So we
Wow.
are literally on the verge of it being less than a month now. Yeah, it's pretty scary, that, isn't it?
2 long runs left for us, but we'll come to that in a minute.
It is. Yeah, just 2 long ones. So yeah, but 34 days. How's that come so quick? I remember when it was 100.
I remember when it was 250.
And we were like, oh, it's 100 days. That's like ages away.
I remember when I did my first half marathon and it was like 100 days, and I was like so stressed about it. I am stressed.
We are here now, and we're nearly there. So, what can you do?
Well, now's the time when you really need to put the work in.
Yeah, true.
Which kind of brings us on to the training.
We
skip the news first and go straight to training.
Yeah, let's do that way. I think. Do you know what? I think training naturally fits here, and I think in the podcast we'll probably just switch the 2 around a little bit.
So, training, yes. I'm not in a great way this week. Maybe I've been overdoing it, but my problems are back. Not great. I have an ongoing shin issue, as you know, and it seems to have reoccurred this week, which is ironic given the fact that I've not done that much long distance running. How about you, Jason?
You've done quite a lot of short sort of speed work, though, haven't you?
Yes. Okay, I'll tell you what I did. Last Wednesday, well, I'll tell you what I did last Wednesday. I went to the pool, swimming 44 lengths of the pool as an extra cardio thing. Thursday, I went to track. Oh my God, it was so hard. I swear I nearly died. I actually had to sit out of one lap. It was too, oh God. And I was going to puke.
Yeah.
The track's really good, especially in Manchester where the weather's horrible.
Track is really good fun, but I think it's got to that point for us both now where it's just become a little bit unsuitable for our training regime and our training plan. So I've personally committed to myself to walk away from track now until after the Dopey challenge.
You've only done track twice anyway.
Yeah, in this spell I have. Yeah, I started at track earlier in the year in the winter, but yeah, I can't. However much I enjoy it, I just can't put Dopey at risk for sake of a couple of track sessions.
I feel a bit stupid because I think maybe I've messed up my shin again, which is just gutting.
Nothing that bit of tape won't fix.
Well, yes, a bit of tape, some frozen peas, and a roller, which I'm going to talk about soon. So after track on Thursday, I skipped training on Saturday. I volunteered at Parkrun. And Sunday, I did 10 miles with my pal Mark. Monday, I ran with you with Still Waters. How far did we go on Monday? I'll let you tell people.
About 7 or 8K?
7 or 8K. It felt like 20. And then on Tuesday, 8K. And then tonight, the pool. So it's literally been non-stop. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I think you need a few days off. I think you've earned a few days off.
Definitely having a few days off because we're racing on Sunday. We'll get to that in a minute. But definitely need to take some time off. In fact, I definitely need to go and put some frozen peas on my leg.
Well,
So I'm going to go and do that. While I do that, you can tell people what you did or didn't do this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So my my weekend training has been very much about recovery. So after last podcast last Wednesday, Thursday didn't do anything. Friday didn't do anything. Saturday didn't do anything. Oh, actually, which day did I go on the bike? I went on the bike one of the days. Can't remember which. It's on Strava. But yeah, pretty much didn't run. Didn't run over the weekend. So you're getting a very broken picture here. I think people are going to get a bit dizzy. It's like epileptic fits and shit. But yeah, so I didn't do much over the weekend. The weather over the weekend was awful. I think I even messaged Stewart on Saturday and said, "Are you guys really going to run tomorrow?" It's like it's completely not suitable weather for running.
Of course we're going to run. We always run.
But they went anyway. Crazy people. Yeah, so Monday night was still waters, so I let out the steady group, so it was a nice steady run for me. And then Tuesday did one of the steadier groups on a Tuesday, so again another nice steady 8K. So yeah, nice recovery week. Feeling okay.
Stay steady, but them runs are quicker than what the race that we're going to do marathon pace. It was quicker than that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a bit quicker than what we're going to run the marathon at. So, but yeah, they were steady runs for the distance. We weren't killing ourselves. So, and there's some good opportunities to do a little bit of sprint work on those runs. So it was there was a good opportunity to go fast if you wanted to, and keep it steady if you wanted to do that as well. So yeah, feeling okay, ready for Sunday. Sunday, like Stewart said before, we're running the Stockport 10-mile race, but we're not running it as a race this time. So I've done one 10-mile race before, a couple of years back now in Blackpool, of all places. Got a fairly good time actually, but no, we're going to be running this race. Very strict 10-minute miles, 9-minute run, 1-minute walk. I think Stewart, you're going to find that very difficult to keep slow and keep steady and keep at 10-minute miles. Do you agree?
Why are you implying I'm a speedy one?
Yeah, I think the race day vibes. Yeah, I think you like the vibes of the race day and get a little bit carried away with your pace.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it's difficult because it's like
first time I've heard that.
Yeah, I think it'll be difficult because we have to be really strict with how we run it because when we finish the race, we have to run another 10 miles because we need to do 20 miles on Sunday. So we have to be very, very careful with kind of how we do that.
Which is extremely difficult because at the start of a race, you feel fresh and you feel great and you feel like, I can do this. And then by mile 9, you feel like death. So you've only got another 11 miles left. Of course, you've got to go past the finish line and see all the people that are cheering and happy because they've finished.
Yeah.
And we've got to do it all again. Now, I've heard rumours that this course is flat on Sunday. Can you confirm that?
No, it's not flat. So Stockport 10-mile race has 2 mammoth hills. One at about 5 miles, and then the other one is just before mile 9, about 8.5 miles in.
No.
Yeah, and we've done part of one of the climbs before actually. When we did a 10K race in Stockport at Woodburn Park a few years ago, and
I hated that run.
Yeah,
I hated it. Why am I doing this?
Exactly. Yeah. Why are we doing this? But I think we referenced the climb as the wall at the time because it was much more akin to a wall than a hill. It was that steep.
We're doing that one with the steps.
Yes.
Oh.
But actually it's worse because we're actually doing the the road that's alongside it, which is longer and steeper.
Great.
Yeah. So and that's, he's at the worst part in the race. It's like 8.5 miles in. So yeah, not good. So it's really important that we stick to our 9 minutes on, 1 minute off plan. Keep it at 10-minute miles. Don't get sucked up into the race. We take it steady. We ain't going to finish last, so it doesn't matter.
Sounds good to me.
We might finish next to last, but we won't.
I'm going to just sprint a little bit ahead of you at the very end so that you finish behind me.
But we won't finish last. Yeah.
Speaking of the 10 miler, it brings back memories of the race that I never ran in Disney, but always wanted to. The 10 miler.
I didn't know they had a 10 miler in Disney. Was that gone?
It's now gone. Yeah. Last year was the last one. Damn, I can't think of its name now.
Was that Terror, was it?
Pardon?
A Tower of Terror race?
Tower of Terror 10K, 10 miler, yeah. Yeah, and the medal was so cool. Yeah, I think you saw the medal when we were in LA.
I think I did, yeah.
All up and down. Yeah, very cool.
Which park is the Tower of Terror in at Florida?
Tower of Terror is in, oh God, it is in the Hollywood Studios.
Do we run through that one?
We run through them all.
Maybe we could try and sneak on that ride during the race.
Probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Is it a long ride?
No, it's not. It's not a long ride. It's just I don't want to go on rides during any races. They have the same ride in LA, in Anaheim.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in Anaheim. I remember seeing like the back of it and being a bit like, it looks really creepy and like a tower from the front, but from the back, it looks like it's made from cardboard.
Yes. Well, it's a film kind of lot, Universal Studios type thing.
Yeah, I have to say actually with Disney, when you're, and I'm going to call it backstage, but when you're backstage at Disney, there's nothing more unmagical in the world. I think when you're in the Disney park and you see everything, it just feels like such a magical place. And then as soon as you go backstage, you just kind of like.
I think a lot of people like all that because they get to see all the areas where they make the costumes, and you get to see all the floats and the vans and where the staff go in.
I think it's like that thing though. It's like if you've got like an idol, like everybody wants to imagine that like their idol doesn't go to the toilet, that their idol doesn't shit or whatever. And it's the same though, isn't it? It's the same principle. It's this kind of idea that like Disney's perfect and it's magical, and actually when you go backstage at Disney, it's not that magical. It's it's a shame. Maybe it's
unfortunately, there has to be a back entrance to everything.
Take from that comment what you will.
Exactly. Yeah. And we also go past the Disney sewers.
Nice.
Yes, it does smell.
Lovely. Lovely.
There is a lot of entertainment along the way, so it should
be
make the miles go quite quickly.
Cool.
Wondering if it's the same entertainment that they have every year. Hopefully it'll be different.
We shall see. We shall see.
Well, you won't know, but I will tell you.
You will know. Yeah, indeed. Cool.
Yes.
So this week in news. So what's been going on in the running world this week?
I got injured. That's the only news.
That's the important news. Stewart is now injured again.
Stewart is actually icing his leg as we speak. Well, with frozen peas. There's your shot. There's your cover art for YouTube. I'm going to quickly smile.
Yeah, hopefully YouTube will pick that out. It populates the cover art for us. But Hopefully,
That's so annoying as well because it always picks the most ugliest picture.
yeah,
It's never a good picture. You've always got your eyes shut and look like a half.
it always has a bad habit of picking a bad one, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
we shall see. Yeah, so it's been a strange
Lego
week, really.
now.
So it's a week of races, really. So weekend just gone was Space Coast Marathon. So congratulations to anyone who headed out to do that. The medal there was more than impressive. So
Medals are amazing. Actually amazing. And when you see, when you see a picture of them, they're impressive. But when you actually see them in person, you're like, I want one of them with the space shuttle.
yeah, let me see if I can get this. Yeah, someone on my Facebook was out there. I'm pretty sure I posted a picture. Sorry, I'm just should be a bit more organized than this, but hey, I'm not. Deal with it.
That's all right. I'm sure you guys are loving watching my leg on with frozen peas on.
Oh, we must be close. We must be. There we go.
They are very impressive medals, and they almost make me want to do it, but it's far too close, really, to the Disney one. Here we go.
There you go. So anyone who's in the Disney group, in the Dopey group, will know Mr. Wang. Robert's a very active member in the group, all-round good guy. And there you go. You see, he did it.
It's even bigger than I thought.
It's a good old medal, that, isn't it?
Yeah. I like the way they mix. It's essentially the same thing, but they mix it up each year.
Definitely. Yeah, so well impressed with that. So well done to anyone who run it. And I ran it.
Did it. Keith. And I also know someone that had to drop out. Megan. Megan works in Apex, the Sunglasses Hut active range, who will be at the Disney Expo. So hopefully she'll be better because she does like to run Disney races. I think she's registered to do the half this January.
Okay.
She couldn't do it. She had to drop out. I don't know. I've always wanted to do it, but it's far too close to January.
Yeah, it's a bit. It's doable. It's definitely doable, but it's not ideal. I think the difficult for us is that they're getting out there and coming home, and then going back out there and coming home again.
Yeah, but should you do a marathon twice in 36 days? 38 days?
Do you know what? You've trained for it. If you train for it, you run the first one. And if you can maintain that level of fitness for the next 3 weeks, why not?
Well, they say that a marathon is quite damaging on your body, so you need a lot of time to recover.
You'd have to train in a special way, I think.
Well, let's hope everybody that's done that has trained in that special way.
Indeed. Indeed. So I think heading away from the States and heading over to Europe, a couple of the big announcements in Europe this week. So the Paris half marathon is now sold out. So that sold out completely on Monday night, I believe. So that one, if you were thinking about heading over to Paris for the half, not Disney, just Paris.
Yeah, clarify, it's not the Disney one.
It's not the Disney one.
Paris.
Just the Paris one. That is now sold out. And Berlin, as you probably know, for the last couple of years, has now been on a ballot. Ballot results are out. So if you are going to Berlin in September for the marathon, congratulations, well done. Be prepared to get the shittest medal of your life. If you've not got in, oh well, don't worry about it. The medal was shit.
Well, yes, but it's sponsored by BMW, and the T-shirt does have a BMW logo. So in that respect, it is kind of cool, or at least it was. I don't know if BMW still sponsor it. And my friend got in. He's traveling from Boston to Berlin, and he didn't actually understand the email he got sent. You had to Google Translate it.
Yeah, the emails do come out in German. So I did apply the first year. It was ballot, and my response was in German. And I was like, what the hell? And I had to have it all translated. And I wasted a lot of time translating it to find out that I didn't get in. So well done, Berlin. Well done on that one.
Yep.
Cool. The only thing
Now,
is about iPhone. So iPhone rumors, and I just wanted to pick this one up because it's kind of running related. All the big tech blogs are reporting that the new iPhone, now everyone's calling it iPhone 7. I'm convinced that it will just be called Apple phone. Don't know if anyone believes it. I don't know if anyone else buys into that idea, but I'm fairly sure the new one's going to be called Apple phone and not iPhone 7. What are your thoughts, Stuart?
well, by the time the iPhone is on 7, won't Samsung be on 8?
Yes.
So that's a good reason for them to change the name. However, the iPhone branding is so strong that they might not need to. I wouldn't bet against. I'm 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, it's where do you stop? Where do the numbers stop? Do we get to a point where there's an iPhone 26? You know, are we really going to go there? Because I can't see it. So I think we're on the
quite high. I don't think that I can imagine an iPhone 8. I can't imagine an iPhone 9.
no, or a 10. Definitely not a 10. It's
No,
just,
it'll be an iPhone X.
yeah. So I think I'm fairly sure it's going to be Apple phone. I should actually state at this point that I do work for a mobile communications company, and I don't have any inside information. I haven't signed any non-disclosure agreements, and all these opinions are mine and not those of the company I work for.
Well, the news is that you actually missed the story out.
Yeah, we completely missed the story, but the story is, the rumor is, the new phone will not have a headphone jack. Now, when I first read this, I was like, ooh, this means we're going Bluetooth or go home. But apparently that is not the case.
Well, it means that you're going to have to either have a new pair of headphones or go Bluetooth.
Yeah, so but what they're essentially saying is, and I haven't got a lightning cable within reach, what they're suggesting is that the lightning cable will be the new headphone adapter. So your headphones will be
that one.
Yeah, a lightning. Yeah, so I've not got a problem with that. I mean, I currently only use the Apple earbuds anyway, so it doesn't cause me a problem. It'll only be a week after the new phone's out before somebody releases an adapter. I just don't think it's a problem. I kind of liked the idea that they would just
if it's Apple, it's all like the world's going to end. How dare they? It's an absolute disgrace. Well, you know what? If you've got a problem with it, don't buy the new phone.
Well, yeah, and you know what? I have to say, I think, you know, when the new MacBook came out and it was, you know, they reduced it to like one port, and that one port was power, it was headphones, it was USB, it was this one port did everything. Actually, instinctively, you kind of said to yourself, okay, let's look at iPhone. So does iPhone need any inputs whatsoever? And the actual answer to that is no. It doesn't need any inputs at all, because wireless charging exists, Bluetooth exists. There is no, you know, you don't even need to connect your phone to a laptop to sync it anymore. You don't need to connect it to back it up. It does all that in the evening through iCloud. So that there is absolutely no need to ever put a cable into that device.
Which means there is absolutely no reason why the phone can't be waterproof. Winner.
I'm just saying, if headphone jack goes, I think the next thing to go will be charging port. Just my opinion.
So you think the lightning cable will go as well?
Yeah, eventually.
But not in the 7?
I don't think they'll do it in one go. I think they'll be too scared that they're going to put people off. There was some news that came out today that said that iPhone 6s has more Android users moved to it than any iPhone in the history of Apple, which suggests that they've just taken a load of new custom from a competition, and making that change so soon would probably not be wise. I think it's you need to give people time to settle into Apple's way of doing things. I think if Steve Jobs was still around, then yeah, absolutely, they just take all the ports off it.
I think that it doesn't matter what people previously have iPhones, because they're all in contracts anyway.
True.
So like in 2 years' time, that will be the way. And they own Beats now, so they'll just go, here's our new collection. Every single one now comes with a lightning cable.
Yeah. Well, you can get Beats in Bros Gold as well now, can't you?
Exactly. So I think it's get with the pitch, guys.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is as well, with Lightning cable, because it has so many connections in, there's a really good opportunity there where kind of Apple turn around and say, look, we're going to improve the quality of your sound, 100-fold, just by giving you these additional outputs and this additional opportunity to sort of output more noise. So could be a really, really interesting time for Apple and for Apple Music. I think the reason I picked up this story particularly though was because a lot of runners now probably use their phone as a GPS device and as a music device when they're running as an all-in-one. And I guess it's a question of, does this news impact runners at all? I think my view is only in a positive way. I think most runners use Bluetooth, but Stuart, I don't know what your thought is.
I don't run with my phone, as you well know. I have the watch, the watches. I now run with 2 watches. I have a Garmin and an Apple Watch. And if I'm going to use music, I have an iPod Shuffle, which I use, which is wired because I've not actually got around to buying some Bluetooth headphones.
So I think, I guess it's a question back to the audience then, and back to people who are watching this, and in terms of, do you use iPhone? If you do, if the headphone jack goes, is this going to impact you from a running perspective? And if so, let us know how, and we'll pick that up.
Well, I guess if people decide to upgrade their phone and they're runners and they have a pair of headphones that they use regularly and really like, then they're going to have to make a choice to get some new headphones.
In fact, on that point, let me tell you all something. Monster earphones. Do not buy from Monster. Whatever you do not buy from Monster ever. I'm telling you right now. AMD, iSport, Monster, whatever brand that they're going under these days, do not buy from that company. They are an absolute disgrace. I purchased some earphones from them in March this year, and I'm only now, apparently on December the 14th, and I'll believe it when I see it, I'm only now getting my money back. So be warned, do not buy from Monster. AMD, iSport.
I have nothing bad to say against Monster because I have a pair of headphones from them, which I really like.
Didn't you have to have them replaced like 4 times though?
Well, that was because they got a bit rusty and I wanted them replaced.
I mean,
doing sale on them at the moment, and
very quickly, so to just to explain why I disagree with them so much. So I bought the iSport. I can't remember it was basically the top end one. They were like 130 quid or something like that, 140 quid. I bought these earphones because of my job day to day. I use the phone all day. So in a kind of an 8-hour working day, I'm probably on the phone for sort of 5 to 6 hours. When I travel to work, I'm probably listening to music for 2 hours on the way and 2 hours on the way back. And then I probably make a few phone calls in the evening as well. So my earphones are constantly in my ears. They're always playing. I've always got something going on. I need the microphone. I need the controls. And I just wanted something with some better sound. So I got these monster ones. And while they worked, they were great. But they broke, and they broke real quick. So I sent them back. And at the time, they were great. They were like, yeah, no problem. Send them back. We'll replace them. We'll send you some new ones. Sent them back. And then they said, that model's gone at end of life. We're replacing it with a better version of them headphones. We'll send you those out, but it'll be a couple of months. Or you can have some other ones instead. So I explained what I used them for, and there wasn't another appropriate set that I could use. So I waited and waited. Anyway, they never turned up, and I waited a bit longer, and they still never turned up. And email after email after email.
Were they responding to your emails?
No, you have to email them twice. So if you do ever have any problems with them, email them once, but they won't ever respond to that. But then if you email them again, they always respond. So a little trick there for you. It's send the first email and then immediately send a chaser email, and then they do respond quite quickly. I don't know why that's the case. So eventually they sent me these headphones back, got them, plugged them in, made a phone call, and someone says, I can't hear you. Sounds like you're miles away. I was like, that's weird. These headphones are brand new. So I thought, well, maybe it was just that one person. So I made another phone call, exactly the same. So it turns out what's happened is the only difference between the old version and the new version is that they're no longer Apple accredited, and they have removed Control Talk from their earphones. So their earphone, microphone, and buttons are no longer compatible with Apple devices.
So you waited all that time to get shafted?
Absolutely. So they got sent back, and now I'm waiting for my cash back.
Should have known better when Apple bought Beats that there was no.
Well, very, very, very infuriating. So I think when we're out in January, I may look at potentially getting some Bose earphones, but we'll see. I'm quite happy with my Apple ones at the minute.
I quite would like a pair of Powerbeat 2.
Wow.
However, I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to fall out of my ears with my less than perfect gait.
Yeah, they look over the top though, don't they?
Yeah.
So they aren't too bad.
Stay on. But Apple are quite good with things like that. You can actually use them. But maybe a couple of runs. Then if they're not good, take them back.
Yeah.
They are quite expensive for.
They want $169, right?
Dollars.
$169.
Yeah, so that's like what I don't know what the rate is at the moment, but £125.
Yeah. 200. No, about 250.
No, not £250. $199 is about £125.
No, it's not. Oh, it is.
£150, not 250.
Yeah, it is. That's about right. Dollars is more.
Questioning my conversion skills.
Oh, it's just a nightmare trying to convey, especially when it's nearly midnight. So, on to, as soon as I've just spent all that time slagging a product off, Stewart, you've got some reviews for us today. So give us some positive stories.
One's good and one's bad. What do you want first?
Start with the good.
The good is here. It's called the stick. It's a roller. I shall demonstrate. Take my frozen piece off my leg.
Bird's eye, I hope.
Marks and Spencer's. These are like, these have been in my freezer and they've been defrosted and frosted like so many times that you really wouldn't want to even look at them. In fact, they are a year out of date.
Yeah, you probably just need to get a marker and put it on there that says "Do not eat for muscle therapy only."
I know. Besides, they're like broad beans and I hate them.
Yeah.
So you get your leg and you... Can you see that?
Yeah, I think the little mini videos might be just blocking your leg actually, but face the other way, and I think we'll pretty much cover it off then. There we go.
So you do that, and it actually feels really good, and it's better than a foam roller, I think, because it's a lot easier to do. So these, I can't remember how much I paid for that. Got it in Disney last year at the expo. I think it was about $30. Worth every penny if you need to roll. There's a guy there that sells them. I think he sells a mini one as well, which is about half this size. He'll be there selling them. Shout out to him. He is called the Stick Man.
That's really cheap because they have them in the UK running shops and they're £40.
You can buy them from thestick.com. You could probably make that though yourself quite cheaply. However, it's nice and smooth and it does the job. And I will definitely be packing that in the luggage for January.
Definitely.
I'm actually going to London for the weekend. I'm going to take it with me. And the best part is you can actually pack it. It's, you know, small. Can easily go in a suitcase. And it acts as like a truncheon if someone's in, someone breaks into the apartment, you know, bang. Or if you want to play some baseball, not basketball, rounders, or anything else which involves having a stick.
Sounds like a good plan.
That's product one.